Hello guys, today I will attempt to make an LED bridge rectifier that glows and don't get burned by main voltage. So I've chosen this 22 kilo ohm resistor, 3 watt, but instead I will use something in lower value that will get hot but will do the job done. I choose this 1 milliohm because in my application that is for designing circuits showed me the lowest value that can exist, but I needed 0 ohm, so let's include even the wire resistance. So I shorted those pins and I will make those 4 LEDs glow 2 by 2. Well guys, let me prepare. So I've chosen this resistor box here. As you can see, I have plenty of resistors in different values. So I goes to 22 kilo ohms part. So I have pre-opened it and pre-chose it. So this is red, red, orange. So 22 kilo ohm. Focus is not working well. Yeah, this is the resistor. 223. So 22 with 3 zeros. So 22,000 ohms or 22 kilo ohm. Let's goes to the LED box that is here. Is all diodes, transistors and LED diodes, laser diodes I have here. Let me open. So as you can see, I have found those LEDs by those garbage Christmas tree. I have recycled them. I have still let some resistors that were in series with diode LEDs that were used in Christmas tree lights. So I will use them. I will find some. So I will find 4. And I will check them if they are good to use or not. So guys, I will use my multimeter to check them if they are fine or not. I put it always in diode mode, my multimeter, or in continuity mode. But I prefer continuity because you can sound and hear. So, as you can see, the diodes have, those emitting diodes have a special effect that when you connect them right, they glow. Let me turn off the camera light. As you can see, is red. And if I polarize from the other side, it doesn't work, as you can see. But if I turn, this will turn on. The diode effect. So this is fine. Let's check the other ones. Here. This is fine too. Also red. From the other side is not working, so it's okay. It's fine. Let's see this here. In this way is not working. Let's check the other side. Is working. So this is fine. This is the way guys, how you can check diodes and even LED diodes, even lasers. But be careful with lasers, they can burn your eyes. As you can see, is working and from the other side is not working, so the diode is fine. It shows some values here, 1308. So let's go to 2 kilo ohm to check why this is. So as you can see, is from 13 kilo ohms up to 15 kilo ohms. So this LED diode is 15 kilo ohm resistance. So the continuity can show the resistors, the resistance inside of the diode or element that is tested for a long time. For example, if I go here, it shows me that is in kilo ohms, as you can see, but it doesn't tell me the real value. So I put it into kilo ohm, it doesn't show, but it shows like partially. I put it in 20 kilo ohms, it shows 15 kilo ohm. So guys, this is a new trick that you will learn from me to try to remember that this continuity can show you partly the resistance of the element. So those were fine, those diodes were fine. Let's measure this 22 kilo ohm resistor. So if you want to experiment with this continuity stuff that is here in multimeter, to check partially the resistance of this resistor, goes to continuity. Let's connect some here. It's not showing nothing because the value is higher. Check the probes. Probes are fine. So put it into 2 kilo ohm. It doesn't show nothing. Putting in 20 kilo ohms shows nothing. So guys, if I put it in 200 kilo ohm version of this multimeter, it shows me the real resistance of this resistor. So it's 21.9 kilo ohm, so 22 kilo ohms, as you can see. Well guys, you can see here. Or you can flip the video, but I'm telling you that is 200 kilo ohm, and this is 21.3 because I added my finger to the probe. So it's 21.9 kilo ohm. So let's connect them. If you don't want to burn your multimeter when you have measured before the ohms resistors, you need to turn off the multimeter off, or if you don't have the off option, you can put it to the highest voltage that it exists in your multimeter, because if you run in ampere meter you can burn it, if you run in ohm meter you can burn it. So if you run in voltage, you can connect up to 600 volts in my multimeter and you will not burn your multimeter. So I turn it off, nothing happened because it's turned off. Well, let's proceed with soldering those diodes and this resistor. So basically it's simple. It's like two connected, two diodes connected in series in half period of time of AC, and those both other are connected with the negative side time of part time of the alternative current. So it's like this resistor once power this here, this series couple, and this series couple here. once here and once here. But the neutral could be together. Insane. Let me fix it. So I will use my solder. I have this power supply here, main. Let's solder them together. Don't forget the polarity of those LEDs. Let me measure again to do not mistake the polarity, because the polarity is necessary in the LEDs. So this up is positive, this is negative. So in series of LEDs you need to be careful with the polarity. So as you can see here, it lights up. So the negative side of the first need to connect it in positive side of the second. So let me solder them together because they are messy. I've collected them in years when some bad guys damage Christmas tree lights when they have protests or even football games. They destroy the lights of Christmas lights and New Year lights of tree, and I remove from the tree. I give them another chance to live. So I recycle them, and this is a good project. The most good project for those who are living in Europe, who have an obligation. Sorry for the soldering, it was a mess, but it will work. And so guys, as I was telling you for recycling, in Europe is great because you can recycle stuff and you can benefit from old stuff that you can't have them or you can't find them. So you can recycle old, but they are gold. Not gold as metal, but gold as relics. So guys, this doesn't show nothing because my voltage of multimeter is lower and can power up both those LEDs, but I can show you in 200 kilo ohm mode to measure the resistance, as you can see here. Well guys, let me turn off. So don't forget where is the polarity of the first, that we'll need it later. Yes, this is the positive, so we'll connect it here. Let's connect them here. We will act as we acted with those two. As you can see, this is the positive here. As you can see, this is the other one. So this is the positive here. I will do with them as I did with those. And I want to tell you guys to be safe when you navigate in YouTube, to do not brainwash by those commercials or those hacking manipulations that will turn you in radicalization or even to get freely scammed you, because when you use your internet, someone will hack you, or your company that you have made the internet will hack you and will put you stuff that can brainwash you, that are free energy devices stuff, or spy camera, or hidden devices, or something like that, that is conspiracy. So be careful from those videos, guys. Some of them doesn't came from real YouTube, but from hackers which hack your phone, and governments which hack your phone. And if someone do that, it can be always by an advocate of your city, or if you are in a big state, this is a state advocate of the state, which interfere with your device for their property. So be careful even from the advocates that allows their guys, their ICT members, to interfere with your device and put you scamming reclaims and ads, because most of the ads are coming from your telephone company, which is selling you products that you don't want. By a clausula, that is called it, you will get scammed from them by their jurists. I don't know how they call it, but lawyers, something like that, lawyers that will damage you physically and mentally. They will hunt you, and this is the real crime. So be careful from those guys. Don't let them to manipulate you. Mostly of them, they do to you to take your property, or to close something that you have called it in the court, to fear you to step back from your actions, and to take money by putting you in custody, because they want to jail you only to take your property, because they need money to exist as government persons. Because if there is not crime, there are not police, there are not judges, there are not state workers. So when the crime exists, it's created by them. So be careful from them, guys. Well, sorry for bothering with this information. That is true, in fact, and is not a conspiracy. Be careful. Protect yourself. Let's start here. I jointed them together. So I will make them as a full bridge rectifier. LID full bridge rectifier. So I will determine which is positive, because let's turn on. I always turn off the multimeter because I save battery, because they cost. I don't want to interfere with the battery here, because I want to leave it as the fabric have made. So this side here is positive, this side here is positive. So I will connect them like I did with those before. I will use my soldering iron, my power soldering iron. As you can see, the transformer inside is humming. is a little bit harder. Let me solder for you. So I choose to twist them and to solder. So always use flux because it cleans the soldering iron tip. Let's use them in all of them. As you can see, it sticks greater, but it falls. So guys, as you can see, I have made it. It's not hard, but is more harder to solder, because when you twist, those recycled one is harder. If you do those with board or when their leads are new, is not difficult at all. But if you recycle, you will suffer a little because it's not new, it's old. So let's make some checks to see the polarity. As you can see, it beeps, the probes are good. So if I run positive in this side, this will glow because it's the positive side, and if I put it this here, it will glow because it's positive. In place of glowing the lamp, I will glow those LEDs by shorting the output terminals and by connecting this in series with LEDs. So let me proceed. As I identified the polarity, let me make the resistor legs with colophon flux to make them more solderable, because it's harder when they cannot get soldered. If you cannot get soldered, then it will be a difficult time. As you can see, it's harder, but it's soldered. When you use flux, how hot it is, sorry guys, be careful to burn your fingers. Carefully. You need to use a helping hand to do not burn your fingers. But even if you don't have one, you can make one by simple materials from crocodile's tips or just from closest stuff. So let's solder this. Sorry for my crappy soldering skills, not because I don't have skills, but when I board I don't solder well, and if you solder those is a mess, so it's normal. Well guys, let's turn on the power. Later we will short those output terminals to see what will happen. So let me pause the video for a moment. So guys, let's test without shorting the output terminals. Well guys, I want to tell you that AC is a mess. AC can get neutral by itself. As you can see in those diodes, the AC will find the neutral to turn on one of these lamps by connecting them 3 in power mode. So there are those LEDs that are connected. As you can see, is 50 Hz and the connection is good, but if I short the pins it will really glow. Let me handle up with here. Be careful in 220 volts, guys. You need to be careful. Do not touch it with hands like I did, or do not use 2 hands to do not get hand-to-hand short, because you will get killed by heart attack and lungs failing. Well, turn off the live, unplug the cord before you remove those things. So I will short the phase and neutral. As you can see, is hot. The resistor is hot. Let me try now that I shorted the output pins. It will not blow, I assure you. As you can see, the 4 of them are turning on. As you can see, why? Because is the power going on. In this here was only negative side going on, so in this now is the positive side going on, so is the circle, and this load here is the resistor that is short circuit, but is a resistor, a load resistor. Well guys, I don't have a function generator to tell you more, so don't take this as I'm taking now, because it will heart fail you and lung fail you and die. Well guys, as you can see, the resistor here is getting hot and hot, because this is 1 watt and dissipation need to be 3 watt. So to handle up the power need to be 3 watt, because the dissipation was 2 and 4 watt. So that was project for today, guys. Have a nice day and be careful while playing with the main voltage. It can kill you. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, share, comment. See you.